Look at this crap. It's like friggin' paint, dude. Green paint. Introduction, storyline, what's going on? As you guys know from a video I shot a while ago, dude, they're pumping water out of Lake Okeechobee because we have high lake levels, like water levels because of rains, because of this, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going through all that stuff again, but they're pumping water out of Lake Okeechobee towards the coast, towards the west coast, which I'm on. So what we're gonna do is, this is the toxic algae water. So I find it kind of interesting because we are going to go fish toxic algae spillway water. Basically, because they're moving water, we're the dead of summer, right? Hot. In summer, one of the few redeeming factors of Florida is moving water, because that current can make fish really active, set them up on stuff. Now, it's nasty, toxic, and filled with green algae. So the big question is, can we catch fish out of it? I think we can, but we'll see what it looks like. So what are we gonna do? Fish a spillway with toxic blue-green algae water. Use the current as a factor that can help us catch some fish during the summer because it sets them up and makes them active, cools the water, keeps it oxygenated. Try to catch some bass, boys. That's what we do. But will it happen? Toxic blue-green algae water challenge coming right up. So you want to see what toxic blue-green algae looks like and what everybody's complaining about and what's killing stuff? It's pretty friggin' obvious. Check this stuff out. That is the nasty stuff. Now you might ask yourself how it's made. Basically what happens is all these nutrients and stuff from drainage, from development, from fertilizer, from all different stuff, from cow manure, all kinds of stuff, drains into the water. When we pump water, it moves water, it draws some of those nutrients up, mixes them up. Plus you throw in the summer heat. That summer heat is like a cookery, like it creates this environment. It's like the old earth, you know, when things were like growing and evolving, like bacteria, like those super millions of years ago kind of deal. And it creates this whole situation where it's this warm, gooey, sounds kind of nasty, doesn't it, environment, and it basically cooks up this stuff because there's a lot of nutrients, there's a lot of stuff for the bacteria to eat, and you get toxic blue-green algae. I'd say it's more green than blue. All right, guys, we are in luck. The current is smashing. It's pumping the toxic green algae. You can see it up there. You can see the water's freaking got all the crazy algae in here. But we're gonna get up there. The one big thing you really want to think about when you're doing this kind of fishing is safety. With this much moving water, you got to be a little careful because you can easily fall out of the boat. The boat can easily swing because it's really pushing. I'm gonna show you some close-ups of how much the water's moving, but we're gonna get up there. We got some baits, square bill, jig stuff. We got some stuff. It's all about freaking hitting like little eddies or little breaks in the current. So that's what we're gonna try to do. We'll see if we can catch them. Challenge accepted, all right? There we go. That might be a snook or it's a big freaking bass, dude. It's a snook. So yeah, in the river you have a variety of species, including freaking snook, which is craziness. So we're gonna have like a mixed bag craziness. It's a pretty decent snook. I kind of want my square bill back though. Should have brought my nets. Does not want to be caught. Oh, that's a freaking big one. Alright, we're gonna get out the gripper. You gotta be careful, guys, because these guys are pretty nuts. Look at that big old snook on the square bill. Get the hooks out of this guy. Freaking sweet though. Not the ones we're looking for, but get her back. Oh, go under, go under. There she goes. Oh, I ain't keeping them. So we caught a freaking giant snook, like giant. There's a ton of little baby snook. There's a couple bass mixed in. We're really trying to target those bass, but dude, I'll take anything that bites. The freaking water's pumping. We're about to hit the freaking bank. We gotta get back up in there. Fish on. That's a bass. Oh no, that's a baby snook. What is it? It's a baby snook. We are wrong speciesing it. So make sure we don't crash. Ah, that's another snook. Oh, he got it that time, boy. Look at, figured chowed it, guys. There we go. Oh, come off. I think that might have been another snook. Fish on. That feels like a largemouth. Yes, finally, guys. Stay on there. That's what we're looking for. Chill. Got ourselves a bass on the square bill, guys. Talking about mixed bag fishing, algae fishing. Oh, she's tore up. Gotta get back in there. Yeah, there's a ton of them. There's a ton of little pin dickers too. So I got the trolling motor on super high. Let me show you what we're actually fishing. Here's the spillway up here. They actually, when we rolled up here, they only had 2 gates open. Now they have 4 gates open, and she is freaking flying. Look at that water move. Basically, you run the trolling motor on high, you keep your foot on it the whole time. But yeah, that current creates little eddies, little stops behind all these like riprap rocks and all that kind of stuff. And that's the key. That's what's dumping the toxic algae too. That's where it's coming from, because that goes to Lake Okeechobee right there. As you can see, it's dumping out, probably going like 6-7 miles an hour. But them fish like it, especially during the summer. Let's get back to it. Now that I lost my square bill. Fish on. Yeah, it's a snook. Got the hook good, bro. Peace out. No points. Major league fishing. Not bass. I mean, it's like, seriously, Mike. That was awesome. Bass on, baby. Sweet! That's what we've been looking for. Get in here. Oh, dude, she chowed it. She freaking chowed it. Dude, look how she ate that thing. That's how you want to need a square bill. I'm going to show you where this fish came off of, because it's kind of interesting, too, if I don't drift over it. Solid one, guys. But look right here. There's these bridge pilings right here that go into the lock. As we kind of talked about, I think the water's running a little too hard for these fish. At least the bass. The snook are up there. But I think they've scooted back. You have the main current coming right here. You can see it just washing on through, like blasting. And we're kind of like off this little offshoot. And we're going to focus on some of the secondary stuff and see if we can pull some out of this algae water. Oh, they're schooling. Hold on. So we're concentrating on these eddies, and these eddies are slack current. You'll see it kind of as smooth water amidst the kind of ripples that are coming through. Actually, there's one right there. It'll almost look like flushing the toilet. You could say, like, it looks like the toilet flushes, the water goes slack, but there's a few little breaks in it. Basically what that is still water, and that still water is where those fish are stacking up. Snook, obviously, a lot of them. I think the reason there's so much snook too is they're really pumping water, and usually when they're like pumping it like fire, dude, like that's when the snook stack up. The bass like current, but not like freaking wash you away like current. So I think that's why we're not catching as many bass, but the snook are freaking fun. Who cares? Toxic algae bites, baby, whatever, you know? That slack water is the key, and those rocks, that riprap, those chunk rocks, those will all form those little micro eddies underwater. You won't always see them, but you know they're there because that rock is blocking the current, and that's what it's all about. Bass on, I think. Oh, what the hell is that? Dude, that is a giant freaking tilapia. How did I catch a tilapia? What the hell? This is crazy. Who catches a tilapia on a freaking worm, man? What the hell? Look at that thing. Oh, you never know how it's gonna go down. Crazy, it's so green. Well, that's all she wrote on Spillway Fishing Challenge 1. We caught fish in the toxic algae bloom, dude. Freaking the water's pumping, it's current, it is punching, like pumping in that nasty toxic algae, which is going to the coast, which is a sad story. But it doesn't mean you can't catch fish, dude. And this moving water during the summer like this is key, dude. I kind of thought we'd catch more bass, but I don't care. Fish are fish, dude. We caught a bunch of freaking snook, caught a couple bass, which is what we keyed in on. The magic bait, dude, and it kind of always is the square bill. And let me tell you something too, you need the square bill. You'll get a lot of these baits where it's kind of a cupped bill. When you're dealing with this chunky, big, I don't know, like foot wide to like 6 inches kind of boulders, you really want that square bill because it deflects off those chunk rocks better. That cup bill is a little better for fishing grass, like fishing grass flats and ripping it like a trap. But that square bill, when you need good deflection, you're still gonna get hung up. I mean, these are kind of craggly rocks. That's the whole trick. I got this on 15-pound fluorocarbon. It's a 7-foot graphite rod, but it's got a lot of tip to it. I think it's like 7.2. It's got a lot of tip to it though, kind of a moderate bend, but I can kind of snap it out of stuff. I'm not super duper soft like a blended rod, like a fiberglass to a composite graphite blend. But it's just the perfect rod. That 15-pound fluorocarbon is just enough to have some strength to catch. Dude, we caught that giant snook. That thing was probably like 10 pounds in the morning. And friggin' to land those kinds of fish, but at the same time, you don't want super thick line because you need the bait to get down there, and you also don't want it getting caught in the current because the wider diameter fluorocarbon, the wider diameter line you have, the more it's gonna get caught by the current that's pumping out of those gates. But challenge 1, dude, freaking the toxic algae did not stop them from biting, even though it is freaking nasty. Square bill was the magic. But as always, guys, make sure you like, subscribe to this video. Subscribe to this video. Subscribe to mikeybalzz Fishing, dude. But I thought this would be kind of fun. It's a fun way to mix it up, and especially since it's kind of like a different, it's a different scenario. We got the water pumping. We got kind of a different layout to the day, and I didn't know what we were gonna catch. Bass, snook. You know, you never know what it's gonna be. So it was freaking awesome. Keep the lines tight. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Always support real fishing, guys. Peace out.